Yeah.
And so, like his cartoons, he's got quite a list, is in the Gerald Ford Presidential Library, the Newseum, the Cartoon Museum of London, Heinz History Center, Library of Congress, George Washington's Mount Vernon, Charles Schultz Museum, and the Jimmy Stewart Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Jimmy Stewart Museum, now what's the connection?
It started a long time ago. When Jimmy Stewart died, he did a cartoon of Harvey ushering Jimmy Stewart through the pearly gates.
Uh-huh.
And he came and gave us the original. So it's been hanging in the museum since Jimmy Stewart passed away. Wow. And then he came probably about 3 years ago and he called me up and said, I've got a gift for the museum. And he had done a new cartoon of Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed from It's a Wonderful Life. Mm-hmm. And he brought it and he gave us the original and gave us license to put it on a T-shirt or do whatever we wanted to do. And we became friends. And as I saw his Facebook page and all the cartoons he did, I realized he's done a lot of Hollywood stars and TV stars. And I thought, what a fun exhibit that would be.
Yeah.
So I called him up and said, would you be interested in showing your artwork at the museum? And he said, I'd be honored.
Well, how about that?
And that's how it started.
A Star is Born.
I know. So I know he's got cartoons here and there, but I don't know if he's ever had an exhibit of this many. Like we have 35 different cartoons. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So when you get to see them all as a group and to mount them in a show, I'm sure it's a pretty stunning thing to see.
It is. It was so much fun to display, and you just lay them all out, and you're trying to group them around, and it fills this huge wall, and it's kind of fun. Some have names on them, but others, people are like, is that Liza Minnelli or Audrey Hepburn? Like people are guessing, which is kind of fun to go see. So it's an incredible piece of work, and we're really lucky to have it here. I hope people come and see it.
Yeah, no, it's not a permanent collection.
No, it's part of our rotating gallery that changes 3 or 4 times a year, and soon it will be all about It's a Wonderful Life in mid-November. So it's here through mid-November.
All right, so you've got a limited amount of time to come see it.
You do. So we've got 4 Jimmy Stewart ones. He did a brand new one with John Wayne, the man who shot Liberty Valance, so that's really cool. There's a really great Harvey one. We made Prince because hopefully he had a minor surgery or kind of major surgery, but he should be in before the exhibit leaves us to sign Prince and also do caricatures of visitors that come to the museum.
Wow. And you'll let us know when that is.
We'll let you know. When he gets the green light from his doctor and he's able to travel, then we'll set a date and we'll publicize it, out in the world and social media and things.
So he's done a new one with Jimmy?
Yes, he just did one before this.
He did it for this?
Yes, he did it for this.
Yeah.
And it's with John Wayne, and it's incredible.
How about that?
It is. So we've got a lot of Hollywood stars and TV stars like Gene Kelly, Dean Martin, Lucille Ball, Groucho Marx, Carol Burnett. But we also, because I've saw some of these, I thought, let's put some local celebrities. So we've got Mr. Rogers and Arnold Palmer and Jerome Bettis. So we've kind of got a little section, including some stars that are from the Pittsburgh area, like Michael Keaton, and so it's kind of fun. It's kind of an amalgamation of a bunch of different famous people.
Yeah, and you know what it does? When you put on an exhibit like this, it reminds us, I think, as locals, that the Jimmy Stewart Museum is always going to have something new and fun for you to see, no matter if you live next door to it, or if you live next state to it. You could be from some other state and come in and see it for the first time, or you could be living right here in Indiana and you'll see something new for the very first time every time you go.
Absolutely. When I took over, I thought, how am I going to get people back in besides redoing the whole thing? I wanted something to change because locals say, well, once you've seen it once, why should I go back? And so that brought me to I'm going to switch it up 3 or 4 times a year and have major new exhibits. And so that's really fun for me to think of ideas and go there. I've got a connection with the guy who has all the Hollywood costumes. When we had Grace Kelly, and I'm talking with him, and we might get a bunch of Western costumes from co-stars of Jimmy's maybe next year for his birthday. So you've kind of got connections and ideas and things going on that will be fun, hopefully, for folks to come see.
See, I'm not like that. I can go and I can see the same thing over and over and over again. It holds as much fascination for me the 20th time as it did the first.
Well, and some people come back because there's so much to read, and sometimes you don't have time. So they come back and read all the things they didn't have time to read last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. absolutely. And you can do that now.
You can.
Yeah.
And we've got a bunch of, also, I want to mention a bunch of new things in our store. And it's never cost a dime for you to come in and shop. Just tell the people, hey, I'm just here to shop. And we've got new items for the holidays, new T-shirt designs, new hats, a great cutting board, a tea towel, books, ornaments. We got a new ornament in our collectible series of It's a Wonderful Life. So I encourage people to just even come and browse and see what we have.
Well, absolutely. So the holiday collection is here in the gift shop.
It is. It starts early because we're starting to get a lot more tour buses. So we got to stock up for the crowds.
Absolutely. Yeah. Isn't it great when those tour buses come in?
I love it. They're just so energetic, and they really, what I like about the museum is it's very deceiving. If you look at the front of the building, you're thinking, well, there's the library, and it's just got to be a small little one-room thing. And we exceed people's expectations. They come in and they're like, well, there's 6 galleries, and there's a lot. They're like, we're surprised at how much you have in your collection. And so most people leave pleasantly surprised, and we exceeded what they thought they were going to see.
Yeah, and there are things that people don't see now that maybe they did see 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes.
But they've been replaced by something else that they haven't seen for 4 or 5 years. You've got all kinds of things in the attic.
Well, we do. And when they always laugh in the office when I'm having a bad day, I go digging around in the archives because we've got a lot of boxes back there, and I don't think I've seen everything we have. So if I find something really cool, I'll say, well, why isn't this on display?
Yeah.
And if I can find a place to put it without junking up the place, I'll put it out.
Bring it on out. And folks get a chance to see that. So what's the last thing that you did that with?
What's the last thing? Oh, it's probably a picture of Jimmy Stewart somebody donated. He was kind of a raw recruit. And actually it was his nephew, Mary Stewart's son, Jason, who has this really cool picture of Jimmy Stewart. And I thought, and there's not a lot of pictures of him in the military because he didn't want to be treated like a celebrity.
Yeah.
He didn't want people to take his picture. So they're far and few between. So when I got this, I'm like, I've got to put this up.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
But we get things donated all the time. Like we just got a gentleman come in, Bob Freeman, who had this big, huge original poster of Carbine Williams. And we just had a small lobby card. And so we just got it framed, and we swapped out the smaller version for this big poster. And it's fun. It's surprising how many donations we get.
Yeah. Well, that's nice, too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You realize somebody has something that is connected to Jimmy Stewart or that is a part of his lore.
Yeah.
That's always great.
And I just got to give Kelly Stewart a Zoom tour of the museum. I mean, she wanted to see the Mary Stewart art exhibit because she wasn't able to come out. And then I realized she hadn't seen the museum since we redid the whole thing. So it was really fun to walk her through the museum via on the phone or computer. But she goes, it's really inspiring. She goes, it's so changed since the last time she saw it, and she can't wait to come back.
Oh, nice. Nice. All right. So the Bish exhibit is going to be there for how long?
It's to mid-November.
Okay.
The week before Thanksgiving, we got to start putting up It's a Wonderful Life before the festival and the parade. And so that will be going back up. And we're always adding to that as well. And so please come see it. It's really, really a cool, fun, whimsical exhibit.
Yeah, yeah. And for folks who don't know, hours right now are?
Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and on Sunday, noon to 4.
There you go. There you go. Wonderful. Movies, of course, every weekend.
Every weekend, and I want to thank our gallery sponsors. I'd be remiss if I didn't do that before I went. There were Skeeny Group, S&T Bank, First Com, InFirst Bank, Rosebud Mining, and, of course, the Stewart Foundation, who supports us a lot.
Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Janie, so good to see you again.
Oh, same here.
Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
We look forward to what will be a wonderful exhibit, and then we'll look forward to the It's a Wonderful Life exhibit, too.
Sounds good.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Fox News is next at the top of the hour. Josh will update us on that fire in Young Township as they've added a couple of more fire companies to it. I think 8 was the last count for that fire, and so we'll learn about that in just a couple.
Preparing families for retirement, GCES.
At GCS, we understand that planning your retirement can be torture, but we're here to make it easy.
I've coached thousands of federally employed families in 39 different states with planning their retirement and leaving a legacy for their loved ones. It doesn't matter what stage of life you're in. Today is always the best day to take control of your finances.
At GCS, we're going to continue helping federal employees, but now we're opening our doors to everyone. Stop by our office on Philadelphia Street, visit our website at gces.us, or give us a call at 724-915-0000.
At GCES, we're here to make retirement easy. Take the first step today.
GCES.
Advisory services offered by Encompass More Asset Management, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Registration with the SEC does not imply a certain level of skill or training.
Hi, I'm attorney Bob Marcus.
And I'm attorney Brian Mitterheiser.
If you've been hurt in an accident, you need an experienced team of attorneys, and that's Marcus and Mack.
For nearly 50 years, we've helped clients obtain financial compensation for their losses, and our firm is dedicated to doing what is right and whatever it takes.
If you've been hurt in an accident, tell them you mean business and call Marcus and Mack.
Voted Best Personal Injury Lawyer 2 straight years in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com.
You're always on time, a hard worker, but you're not getting paid enough where you work now. Get a better paycheck along with medical, dental, vision, 401k match, paid time off, and more great benefits at International Conveyor and Rubber, ICR. Why ICR? Because you're the type that finds purpose and meaning through hard work. You finish when others quit. ICR has job openings right now in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Ohio for conveyor belt technicians, shop laborers, scraper technicians, and more. With training, you can move up the ladder to an even better paying job. Here's how you get started. Get on your computer and apply on Indeed.com. Once there, just search for International Conveyor and Rubber to see our job postings. Applicants must have a valid driver's license and be able to pass a criminal background check, drug and alcohol screens. Get paid what you're worth at International Conveyor and Rubber.
101.1 FM and AM 1160 WCCS, Homer City, Brush Valley.
WCCS. It's not enough to get Hollywood back to work. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, but striking writers have worked out a tentative deal with studios.
In an email to